Welcome to Unit 1, Part 3 of the Molecular Pharmaceutics course, covering nanotechnology and targeted DDS. I'm Dr. Krishna Yadav, and I'll be guiding you through this content.
This video focuses on tumor-specific targeted drug delivery, exploring its principles, barriers, and clinical translation. We'll examine how to overcome biological barriers in oncology, effectively, quote, breaching the fortress. Targeted drug delivery aims for precise accumulation within the tumor microenvironment to maximize therapeutic efficacy and minimize systemic toxicity. Key focus areas include EPR effect mechanisms, receptor overexpression, and nanocarrier platforms. Conventional chemotherapy faces limitations like lack of selectivity, causing off-target toxicity in rapidly dividing cells. Poor pharmacokinetics necessitate high doses, and drug resistance develops via efflux pump overexpression. Targeted drug delivery evolved from Paul Ehrlich's magic bullet theory to modern stimuli-responsive nanocarriers. These advanced systems exploit biological differences in malignant versus normal tissues to achieve differential drug accumulation. Targeted delivery offers significant advantages over conventional methods. It allows for site-specific accumulation, nonlinear pharmacokinetics, reduced toxicity, and cell uptake via receptor-mediated endocytosis, often solubilizing drugs in the carrier core. Tumor biology presents characteristics exploitable for targeting. Sustained proliferation offers molecular targets. Angiogenesis induction creates leaky vasculature, useful for passive targeting via the EPR effect. Immune evasion suggests opportunities for immunomodulatory nanocarrier design. The tumor microenvironment, TME, is a complex ecosystem including cancer cells, fibroblasts, immune cells, and dense extracellular matrix. Each component presents barriers, such as physical barriers from CAFs and immunosuppressive conditions from tumor-associated macrophages, but also targeting opportunities. Tumor angiogenesis results in chaotic, dilated, and tortuous vessels, lacking a complete basement membrane. Hyperpermeability allows for nanoparticle extravasation via the EPR effect. However, heterogeneous flow creates unreachable hypoxic regions, hindering therapeutics. Normal vasculature has tight junctions and orderly, uniform laminar flow. Tumor vasculature, in contrast, exhibits large fenestrations and turbulent flow, leading to leakage. Vascular chaos due to hyperpermeability allows entry, but tortuosity limits drug perfusion to the core. Pathophysiological alterations act as barriers. Elevated interstitial fluid pressure halts convective transport. Dense ECM, composed of collagen and hyaluronic acid, reduces pore size. Hypoxia creates quiescent, drug-resistant cells. Acidic pH causes ion trapping, but can enable pH-triggered release. The interplay of elevated IFP, dense ECM, and hypoxia forms key barriers. Elevated IFP is a pressure barrier, neutralizing convective transport. Dense ECM is a density barrier, creating a physical mesh. Hypoxia induces drug resistance and limits efficacy. The pressure barrier, IFP, and density barrier, ECM, prevent adequate drug distribution. High IFP forces reliance on slow diffusion, while dense ECM causes steric hindrance. Overcoming these requires innovative drug delivery strategies. Hypoxia and acidity are drivers of resistance. Low oxygen induces quiescence and HIF-1 alpha expression. The acidic pH outside the tumor, compared to the normal pH inside, causes ion trapping, which limits the free drug's ability to cross the cell membrane. Tumors exhibit hallmarks like angiogenesis, invasion, and metabolic reprogramming, such as the Warburg effect. Genotypic and phenotypic variation means a tumor is not uniform, rendering a one-size-fits-all targeting approach impossible. The tumor microenvironment's alterations, including cancer cells, immune cells, stromal cells, and extracellular matrix, create significant barriers to drug delivery, illustrating the complexity in trying to target a tumor. The enhanced permeation and retention, EPR effect, is the foundation of passive targeting. Increased vascular permeability and defective lymphatic drainage allow macromolecules to passively accumulate and be retained in solid tumors. Next, we will explore the organ-specific barriers present in various tumor types, which require tailored drug delivery strategies. Brain tumors are protected by the blood-brain barrier, where tight junctions strictly regulate molecular entry. Strategies involve receptor-mediated transcytosis, such as targeting transferrin or LRP1 receptors to bypass efflux transporters. Liver tumors present the Kupffer-cell barrier, where resident macrophages sequester foreign particles. Strategies include pegylation for evasion, or ASGPR targeting using galactose ligands for specific hepatocyte uptake. Lung tumors present a challenge due to the mucus layer and alveolar macrophage clearance. Inhalation delivery requires particles with a specific aerodynamic diameter of 1 to 5 micrometers for deep deposition. Breast tumors are often desmoplastic, featuring dense stroma and high interstitial pressure, limiting drug penetration. Targeting opportunities exist with HER2, ER, or PR overexpression, enabling antibody-drug conjugate strategies. Bone metastasis involves a vicious cycle where tumor cells disrupt the osteoblast-osteoclast balance, releasing growth factors. Bisphosphonates or tetracyclines can be used as targeting ligands due to their affinity for hydroxyapatite crystals. Pancreatic tumors are challenging due to extreme desmoplasia and hypovascularity, which renders the EPR effect unreliable. A two-stage strategy involves stromal depletion followed by nanocarrier delivery. This table summarizes the major organ-specific barriers and corresponding targeting strategies we've discussed, including the BBB in the brain, Kupffer cells in the liver, and dense stroma in the pancreas. Receptor overexpression presents significant opportunities for targeted delivery, using receptors like HER2 in breast cancer, EGFR in lung and colorectal cancers, folate receptors in ovarian cancer, and transferrin receptors. This illustration shows various types of targeting strategies in action, including passive, active, and physical targeting, highlighting their diverse mechanisms for enhancing drug accumulation within the tumor. Tumor targeting strategies can be classified into three main types: passive, active, and physical. Passive targeting relies on the EPR effect, while active targeting uses ligand-receptor binding. Active targeting employs diverse ligands, such as monoclonal antibodies in antibody-drug conjugates, small peptide sequences like RGD peptide, oligonucleotide-based AP tamers, and small molecules like folate or galactose. Physical targeting uses external stimuli for controlled delivery. Examples include magnetic guidance using SPIONs, ultrasound-mediated synoperation using microbubbles, and photothermal activation of photosensitizers using light. Stimuli-responsive systems include pH-responsive polymers with ionizable or acid-labile groups that release drugs at the tumor's acidic pH. Hypoxia-responsive systems use agents like nitroimidazoles to release payloads specifically in low-oxygen necrotic tumor cores. Enzyme-triggered systems utilize the overexpression of enzymes like MMPs or cathepsins in tumors. These enzymes cleave specific peptide substrates on the nanocarrier surface, initiating the controlled release of the drug payload. We now transition to nanocarrier platforms for tumor targeting. These platforms are engineered materials designed to encapsulate and deliver therapeutic agents efficiently to tumor sites, maximizing the benefits of targeted delivery. Liposomes, made of phospholipid vesicles, can be pegylated for prolonged circulation. Polymeric nanoparticles, often composed of biodegradable materials like PLGA, offer sustained release. Polymeric micelles solubilize hydrophobic drugs. Dendrimers are highly branched macromolecules for high-density ligand attachment. Inorganic nanoparticles are also highly promising. Gold nanoparticles enable photothermal therapy and multimodal imaging. Mesoporous silica offers high drug loading capacity and controlled release. SPIONs, or superparamagnetic iron oxide nanoparticles, are used for MRI contrast and magnetic field-guided targeting. Biomimetic systems mimic natural entities to evade the immune system and enhance biocompatibility. Examples include cell membrane-coated carriers, which use red blood cell or platelet membranes as decoys, and exosomes, which are natural endogenous carriers for delivering therapeutic molecules. Comparing platforms. Liposomes are biocompatible but prone to leakage. Polymeric NPs offer sustained release but can suffer from acidic degradation. Micelles solubilize hydrophobic drugs but may disassemble. Inorganic NPs offer theranostic potential but may not be biodegradable. Designing tumor-targeted systems involves critical considerations to ensure efficacy and safety. These design parameters cover the physical characteristics of the nanocarrier, its surface modifications, and how it handles drug release. Particle size is critical for achieving the optimal range of 10 to 150 nanometers for tumor accumulation via the EPR effect. Particles outside this Goldilocks zone are either rapidly cleared by the kidneys or sequestered by the spleen. A low polydispersity index ensures uniformity. Surface charge, or zeta potential, is crucial for long circulation. Cationic particles risk rapid clearance, while anionic or neutral particles are preferred for stability in the bloodstream. Charge reversal particles switch from neutral to positive at acidic tumor pH for enhanced cellular uptake. Pegylation, the coating with polyethylene glycol chains, creates a hydration shell that repels opsonins, effectively shielding the nanocarrier from macrophage recognition. This greatly prolongs circulation, reduces clearance, and enhances tumor accumulation via the EPR effect. Effective drug loading requires a high drug-to-carrier ratio and high encapsulation efficiency. Controlled release prevents premature burst release. Triggered release, using pH, enzyme, or hypoxia mechanisms, ensures drug bioavailability only at the target site. Cellular uptake occurs primarily through endocytic pathways. Clathrin-mediated endocytosis often leads to lysosomal degradation, while caveoli-mediated pathways bypass lysosomes. Macropinocytosis is a non-specific route for larger particles. Endosomal escape is critical for preserving drug activity and avoiding lysosomal degradation. The proton sponge effect uses cationic polymers like PEI to buffer endosomal pH, causing osmotic swelling and rupture to release the cargo into the cytoplasm. Subcellular targeting directs drugs to specific organelles. Nuclear targeting uses nuclear localization signals for DNA intercalating drugs. Mitochondrial targeting employs lipophilic cations like TPP to accumulate apoptosis-inducing agents. Stress inducers target the endoplasmic reticulum.
This topic will continue in next video. Please don't forget to share and subscribe.